I was told on my Discord server that Tim Pool was gaslighting his audience last night, and since so many people were interested, I decided to talk about it. Now, I don't know what the video is about. I haven't seen it, but we're going to watch it together, and I'm going to do my best to provide some analysis to what happened. I don't claim that I have too much knowledge into it, given the fact that he has over 1 million subscribers and I have only around 150,000. Obviously, he is a better commentator and YouTuber than me, but you know, maybe we can look at the events and see if we can offer some suggestions, some advice.
And then I put up a poll and I said, smash the like button if you don't trust Eliza Blue. And 89% said I will like because I don't trust her. That means everybody who smashed the thumbs down trusts Eliza Blue. Interesting to see that.
Oof. That's a little bit cringe. I understand the joke, but the presentation is a little bit off, especially when you look demoralized. And on YouTube, to have 12,000 downvotes, that's a lot. I don't know how many he's got now, but this is your audience suggesting to you that it's not okay, like you're doing something bad.
So many people came here to support her by giving us a thumbs down. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of people do support her. Scroats McGoat says, last night as a member, if Tim doesn't disavow Eliza tonight, get the out, Scroats McGoat. You can cancel right now and see you later. You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care so little about, Eliza Blue. She's been on the show 2 times. If you're gonna...
What on earth is he doing? Like, this is... Okay, this is the only thing that you should not do on YouTube, regardless of the type of content you promote. There are certain things that if you're a right-winger you shouldn't do, and there are certain things if you're a left-winger you shouldn't do. But this is something that no person should do ever. And that is to attack your own fans, especially the people that give you super chats. Because what happens is, let's say there is a controversy and you have 100 people in the chat, and only 10 people are very vocal and upset. If you address one of those 10 people, then it feels as if everyone in the chat is being attacked. It feels as if, and I don't know if Tim Pool understands this because he's a content creator. He doesn't go into other people's chats. So I don't know how much time he has to watch something. But like when I'm watching something like this, and I see the streamer lashing out at someone else, it feels as if they're lashing out at me. And not to mention, it is cringe. Like, the problem with Tim Pool is not Eliza Blue. The problem with Tim Pool isn't that he invited her. The problem with him is that he didn't address the issue correctly. He took the elitist route. The elitist route is something that you see Justin Trudeau do with the truckers, like completely refuse to engage. Or when you have a media company that completely refuses to address the public. That is the elitist approach. So you choose silence as your PR, which is not okay. But like, if you chose silence, then remain silent. Do not bring up super chats that raise this issue and then get upset at the person giving you the super chat. It looks really bad. And on top of that, it is cringe.
You're going to cancel because I won't do what you say. You shouldn't have been here in the first place. Bye-bye.
The whole bye-bye thing with the smiley face, that's going to give PTSD to so many of your right-wing audience when they go on Twitter and they find like a smart blue checkmark with really bad takes and they go like, okay, bye, when they lose the argument. Don't do that.
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. All right, what else do we got? DJ Zeno says, unsubbed on members only after over a year. Here's $5 FU for, I'm pretty bummed. Thought you stood against censorship. Hope you change. See you later, buddy. Look, sad to see you go, but I will never cater to a mob. And that's it. End of story. Eliza Blue is not important. She's not important to me. She's not a member of Congress. She doesn't enact policy. She is a low-tier internet personality that for some reason people are desperately obsessed with. And I literally don't care.
You literally brought her on your show. I'm not saying that her views are your own or that you condone what she does, but you can't bring someone on your show and then say, well, no one knows who this person is. Imagine if I were to bring my wife on the show, right, and I have her like 2 or 3 times, and then I say, well, no one knows who she is. It's like, yes, they do. My viewers know who she is because she was on my show. I mean, this is even the reason why people expect you to talk about it. Now, again, it's not about her personality. Why people were upset is that you did not address the censorship. All you had to do was to come onto the microphone and say, look, I understand that there is some controversy involving this person. I have many guests with different political affiliation. I cannot check all their skeletons in the closet. It is guaranteed that at some point I will invite a guest which has done something that is questionable. However, with that said, their views do not reflect my own. I understand that she went on Twitter and got some people canceled. I do not, if that is true, I do not support it. Now, I do not want to talk further about this particular drama because I want to focus on more important things. Bada bing, bada boom, you wouldn't have had any of this shit. And this is the correct way of handling it. Because again, I mentioned in the previous video, if you're going to have guests constantly, this thing is going to repeat itself. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The question is, who is the next guest? Right? Like first it was Jack Murphy, then it was Eliza Blue. It's only a matter of time until you're going to find someone else that you invite on your show, probably a right-winger, gathers money for some cause or has some sort of program. Turns out they're not who they say they are. Literally, it's like a cookie-cutter trope now. And when that happens, people are going to ask you questions about it. Why? Because you presented it to them. Like there might have been people that you showed, here's an individual, right? And they have like this type of crowdfunding, or they have like this type of business that you can contribute to, and they may have given money, right? Like when you bring someone like that, unfortunately, yeah, you are exposing them to the public, and the public can contribute financially to them. Now, you can say, hey, look, I didn't know about it. I have no idea. I'm sorry, I apologize, and that's fine. No one expects you to be God, to be Messiah, to know everything. But don't start lashing out at people. Like, if you choose to be silent, then be silent until the end. This can't get any worse, get it? Like, it's not getting any worse.
This, if someone got banned off Twitter or any platform for a reason other than violating the terms of service, that's a big deal and should be taken up, and will be if it happened with the Twitter administration or
this literally happened. This is what the entire controversy is about.
Or the administration of the social network. But the personal stuff is it's like, no offense, TMZ garbage. It's
but
like
the personal stuff is also important. If the person is doing a certain activity, gathering money for it, or is gaining subscribers by promoting themselves in a various way, and it turns out that they're lying, yeah, like if your subscribers are falling victim to this, you should address it. Imagine if I brought someone to my channel and he likes to help the homeless, or he's making a video game, and people look at that and they say, well, I want to pitch in, I want to help out. Turns out, a couple of weeks later, the person was lying. Do you not think that it would be nice if I would go in front of my subscribers and talk about this issue? Heck, I wouldn't even need to be asked. Like, I would feel bad about it. I would be like, oh, well, you know, that person duped me. I didn't do it on purpose. But since it happened, I guess I should at least tell other subscribers to know about it. Now, if you don't want to do that, you know, depends on your morality, depends on your ethics. That's fine. You don't want to do that, understandable. But at least address the issue. And say, yeah, you know, like I hear that there is some controversy with this person. I will not invite them on my show in the future. And on top of that, I disavow what they're doing on social media if it's true. If they're getting accounts banned, like that's not okay. We don't stand for that. It's literally, it takes 1 minute. And if it's from the heart, people will believe it.
Like National Enquirer. I mean, if you like it, oh God. But there's a lot we can build.
Questioning you.
I don't care if people care about this stuff. They're allowed to. But like the idea that people are going to come here and threaten, like, I will cancel my membership because you're not talking about someone no one ever heard of.
That's not threatening. That's customer feedback. You put a product, people buy it. And some people, the only reason they would give you $5 to tell you that they're unsubscribing is because they genuinely care. Like, if it's a company that I don't care about, and they're putting on a bad product, then I just stop buying from them. But if it's a company that I really like, especially if it's some company that I'm emotionally invested in, you know, like a video game company that does really good video games and then suddenly the next video game is bad, you give them feedback. And you tell them, hey, if you do not change the product back the way it was, or if you do not fix this, I may end up not buying you further. That's not a threat. That's just consumer feedback.
It's like, dude, I get that you know who she is, but you know what's funny about Jack Murphy and Eliza Blue is that here's what happens. People ask questions about these personalities, and I know most people listening are like, I have no idea who these people are, and that's exactly it.
How can they not know if you had that on your show? Like, these are your regular audiences. Like, unless someone just tuned in now for the first time, and yeah, sure, they don't know. But like, people who watch your show, especially like your loyal fan, like someone who's a member, I expect that person is going to watch all of your shows on regular. So if it's a member, of course they're going to know who she is, because you invited her.
We had about 40,000 peak concurrent viewers. We get, 300 to 500,000 video viewers plus 100,000 on the podcast, and then about 1 million across the clips. And the people who watch have no idea what the people in the chat are talking about when it comes to Eliza Blue or Jack Murphy. In fact, John, do you know who Eliza Blue is?
The only reason I knew is because I saw you guys talking about it one time.
One time we mentioned.
I never learned about her organically. No.
So what I think is going on, to be completely honest, is that the people who are claiming.
Wasn't the drama between the Daily Wire and Steven Crowder heavily discussed on the same channel? And I'm hammering this point through. I do not believe that Tim Pool is responsible for what Eliza Blue does just because he invited her on his show. Like, that's not the issue. The issue is that you cannot invite someone and then claim that they're nobody. Like, if they're nobody, why did you invite them? And secondly, once you invite someone, you can't say to people, well, no one knows who they are. Well, I'm pretty sure your members know who they are because they watch your stuff.
They hate her are actually probably a paid reputational firm to promote her.
What?
So
Nani?
Claiming they hate her are actually.
Nani?
The only reason I knew is because I saw you guys talking about it one time.
One time we mentioned.
I never learned about her organically. No.
So what I think is going on, to be completely honest, is that the people who are claiming they hate her are actually probably a paid reputational firm to promote her. So that's why I brought this up last week. There are companies you can hire that will spam the internet to generate buzz and attention for you. There's no such thing as bad press.
Oh my god. Even if this was the case, which I do not think it is, because I know many people who are legitimately interested in this situation. But let's assume, for the sake of the argument, that such a company was contracted, and you get like 1,000 people who, for some reason, they want to start this controversy. If you have 300,000 people, those 1,000 people are going to start convincing some others. When you tell people with such certainty that all of you, or you don't even need to say all of you, when you say that people who are doing this are to promote her, you're basically gaslighting your own members. They will feel attacked, like they will feel as if you're the most elitist person on the internet. And they're going so like, Tim knows better than what I know. That's the version that you are telling them. You look like a smug individual when you say something like this. And by the way, does it not occur to you that maybe it's not true and maybe people are legitimately upset? Because I can explain to you why they're upset. When she initially got accused of doing bad stuff, some people cared. Like some people were like, whatever. But when she started striking down people on Twitter, like terminating accounts, and I'm not talking about like small accounts, I'm talking like mainstream YouTubers. The quartering got banned from the Twitter. Okay, like it went trending. All the quartering fans were upset. Because when you take someone down, when you take a famous person down, his fans get upset because they're cut off from the content that they want to like. And then she went on YouTube and filed privacy complaints against that Star Wars girls. Do you know how wholesome Anna is? Like, not only do you have a pretty girl, but she's also wholesome and she's based. Her community is livid because of what happened. They're furious. And you're telling all these people, no. Like, you're actually paid shills. You're doing this in order to promote. Okay. And by the way, the idea that no publicity is bad publicity.
So when I see people like flooding our comments and saying things that aren't true, like I'm canceling my membership, who's canceling the memberships? Like I can literally, I own the website. And this past week, we have gained slightly more members than we normally gain. And it's probably because the guests we had on last week or whatever, and whatever. Jack Posobiec, maybe, he's a great personality. And so we gain several hundred per week, and we gain a little bit more than that on average. With people coming in claiming that they're canceling their memberships, maybe they are, but we're gaining more than they're being canceled. I think that many of these people, I think two things are happening. One, a lot of it's inorganic promotion of Eliza Blue. A ton of content flooding the internet, bringing up a personality no one's ever heard of, makes her instantly famous.
Oh my god. No publicity is bad publicity. Like, bad publicity to a point maybe, but after that, bad publicity is still bad publicity. Why do you think brands really care about their reputation and don't want to be associated with this and this and that? It's because bad publicity is not good. It's called bad publicity for a reason. Again, I understand what Timple is saying. That may have been true in a time when you didn't have cancel culture. Where you didn't have algorithms, where, you know, people can downvote and it suppresses your video and stuff. That existed in the past. I mean, just look at what happened. Right? This could have been avoided. Like, why are you doing this to yourself, Tim? Like, you're a professional. Start acting like it. If you chose to be silent about the issue, then be silent about the issue. It's not the path that I would have chosen. I would have chosen to address it and then be silent. But if you want to be silent, then be silent. Don't attack your subscribers. Do not start saying that your members are being paid in order to promote Eliza. Right? Do not tell people that they're not unsubscribing. Like, if you're telling the internet, hey, by the way, I don't care people are unsubscribing because I'm still making more. You're issuing a challenge. There may be people on the fence. Not everyone, of course, but there may be people on the fence who are like, yeah, you know, like what Timple did is not okay, but like, finals. And you're pushing them off the fence. Stop it. Like, this is probably the most unprofessional stuff I have seen a YouTuber do in a huge while. And again, I'm not the one to talk. I got 150,000 subs, you know, like, small channel. I don't get the same super chats that Timple is getting. You know, can't afford to start screaming at people. Maybe if you guys give me more super chats eventually, I'll start screaming at you as well. Who knows? But, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously it's going to pass and he's going to recover, but this could have been handled much better, I believe, professionally speaking. From a drama sense of view, we'll see. I'll be doing a live stream right after this. I'll talk about more of this video because there is a lot more to discuss. And hopefully I'll see you guys there. The link to my live stream is in a pinned comment. If you scroll down, literally the first comment you see, it's pinned. If you click on it, it will take you to my live stream, which starts literally after this video.